I.S.U.P.K.
So tell me, how can I turn the other cheek while this wicked world trying to smother me? Something gotta shake, I'm gonna cry it out. Time to gird up my loins and ride out. In my soul I feel devastation. In my eyes I see desolation. On my door, death is waiting. But I don't wanna see no more desolation. I said I don't wanna see no more. And in my soul I feel devastation. In my eyes I see desolation. On my door, death is waiting. But I don't wanna see no more desolation. And I don't wanna see no more.
You know what the African Union did to the true Africans that was over there in China? They flew out a helicopter to China and airlifted those Africans out because of the way that they was being treated. What African Union came to America to airlift the so-called Negroes and we Africans? Ain't no African Union, no African nothing ever came to our rescue. If we were supposedly brought over here against our will in slavery, how come Africa never came over here and got us back? That's because we are not Africans. How hard is that to understand? That's simple to understand, man. Right. We are the 12 lost tribes of Israel that the Bible speaks of. The Israelites. You want to know how you want to know how you can tell? Because the Bible gives us signs. It gives us prophecies on what to expect, on where we will be at if we didn't obey these laws inside this Bible. Real quick, grab me Deuteronomy chapter 27, verse 1. How long are we going to continue to sit here and think that we are Africans, but we can see a clear difference between Negroes and Africans? You can see a clear distinction. Even the Africans that come over here to America, they don't join and mingle with Negroes. They stay to themselves. Look at Woodland Ave, down here in Philly. Woodland Avenue in Philadelphia, and what's that, Southwest? West Philly? What's Woodland Ave?
Southwest.
Southwest. You understand Deuteronomy chapter 27, verse 1. You understand Woodland Ave in Southwest Philadelphia is filled with Africans. You do not see them mixing and mingling with the Negroes. Black people, we are not African. Right. How many times do we have to say it? Y'all just don't care, huh? We just don't care that we are not truly Africans. We don't care that the continent of Africa, their governments have never came over here to give us no type of freedom, have never tried any type of war to get back their people. We just believe nonsense, man. That's why we still walking up and down this block lost. Right. Just trying to spend some money. Right. Just trying to have some type of relaxation. Because we are lost in America as blacks and Hispanics. We don't know who we are. We don't know where we come from. How are we going to call ourselves African Americans? That is two different continents. That's two different continents. Where in America do we come from? We come from Africa, America. That don't make no sense. How can we call ourselves African Americans if that is two continents? That is not no nationality. That is a land. We saying that our bloodline is two different lands. We are not African. We are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. God's chosen people. You understand? Read what you got.
Deuteronomy chapter 27, verse 1. And Moses with the elders of Israel commanded people, saying, keep the commandments.
Moses gave these commandments to Israelites. These commandments inside this Bible was only given to Israelites. Read that part again, nice and slow.
Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 1. And Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you to do.
Now real quick, give me 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. First of all, we got to understand that these commandments was only given to the Israelites. These commandments was not given to all people. Do you know what these commandments are for? These commandments is to give us good health, to protect us. These commandments inside this Bible that say you should not rape, you should not murder, you should not steal. God gave those commandments only to the Israelites, which means what? He clearly did not care if a different race of people raped. He clearly did not care if a different race of people murdered each other. God did not give these commandments to all people. We just read that in Deuteronomy chapter 27, verse 1. 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. Stay with me. You understand? God did not give these commandments to all people. God didn't sit here and tell Chinese folks to not murder. God didn't sit here and tell Indian people to not steal. God told that to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Because why? Because God only loved us. God only cared about us. Why are we sitting here trying to worry about God loving other nations when we don't even love ourselves? What type of slave mentality is that? Out here all trying to worry about if God loves white people, if God loves Asian people, if God loves Indian people. Why are we sitting here worrying about the love that other races get when our race don't receive any love from anybody? Even the president that we so-called elected, he came up here with all that propaganda talking about how much he cared about black people, but got in office and did what? Not a damn thing for blacks and Hispanics. What law was passed for black people that's going to change our lives? He out here passing all kinds of stop Asian hate laws. What law was passed to protect blacks and Hispanics when we was going through the Black Lives Matter? You know what stop Asian hate is? That's them saying Asian lives matter. Where's the counter protest of them saying all lives matter? That's what they mean when they say stop Asian hate. They mean Asian lives matter. That's what we meant when we said Black Lives Matter. We meant stop black hate. But yet America came up against us and said all lives matter. Which means we don't care about what y'all black folks going through. But once Asian people come and they have a stop Asian hate, here comes Joe Biden passing all kind of laws to protect them. What laws was here to protect blacks and Hispanics? What president passed any law to protect blacks and Hispanics? Don't nobody love blacks and Hispanics, not even us. That's why God had to give us commandments to make sure that we love each other. These commandments was only given to blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. And this is the key thing to focus on when I say that. Read what you got.
1 John chapter 5, verse 3. This is the love of God.
It say, for this is the love of God. We always hear everybody all day talking about how much they love God. We always hear preachers talking about the love of God. Well, we are reading about the actual love of God inside this Bible. What it means to love God. What it means to receive God's love. How do you receive God's love? We're going to read it for you right here. Listen nice and clear.
This is the love of God. That we keep His commandments.
That we do what?
Keep His commandments.
That we do what?
Keep His commandments.
That we do what?
Keep His commandments.
They say that the love of God is that we keep His commandments. Which means what? If you want to show God that you love Him, you got to keep these commandments. What's important to understand is that these commandments was only given to blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Which means what? That we are the only people who can receive God's love. We are the only people who can show God that we love Him, because these commandments was only given to the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. Man, read it from the top. Read it loud.
For this is the love of God, that we keep His commandments, and His commandments are not grievous.
His commandments are not grievous. His commandments is not hard to keep. Why are you sitting here so bent or focused on trying to eat tuna fish? It's not hard to stop eating tuna fish. You understand? It's not hard to stop eating tuna fish. It's not hard to stop smoking weed and smoking Newports when they clearly say on the backwoods rack that it's going to give you cancer. It say on all these yellow packages that it's going to give you cancer. It say on all of the cigarette packages that it's going to give you cancer. What's more grievous? Not smoking weed or dying because you're smoking weed? We sit here in jail. Still in jail. How many black folks, how many black uncles and black fathers died in jail for selling weed? But then you got America turn around and make it an entire billion-dollar corporation. These commandments was only given to the Israelites. That's why we're the only ones being punished the most by it. You want to find blacks and Hispanics, you go to the worst part of any city. Anywhere across the whole globe, that's where we're going to be at. And the worst part of the cities, with potholes the size of a crater. I don't know how many people check engine light came on because they drove over a pothole. That's where we living at. In a place of the city that is destroyed. All because of what? Because we don't love God. The Bible just said what? That the love of God is keeping his commandments. The commandment was only given to blacks and Hispanics. How is this hard to understand? You want to know why it's hard to understand? Because of Christianity. Because of the Christian church. That's why it's hard to understand that these commandments was only given to us. That's why it's hard to understand that God only loves us. You understand? God is only our Father. If we disobey our Father, what we going to have? We're going to have the murder rate in Philly skyrocketing every year. We're going to have little boys and little girls getting shot on our blocks. You can't even come outside because you got ops. Because somebody is on your head looking for you. You can't even go outside and enjoy your day with your children because niggas is looking for you. You understand me? You gotta watch over your back. You gotta do all kind of secret deals with cops, the same people that's killing your people, just to stay safe. You understand? And that safety never lasts. All these drug dealers out here, you understand, they dying, or they going to jail, or they living a life that is not worth living. Read that part again.
For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments. His commandments are not grievous.
I'm saying his commandments are not grievous. I want to say real quick, grab me Matthew chapter 10, verse 28. Everything we bringing out today is not hard to understand. The only thing that makes it difficult inside of your head is all of the lies that you've been taught. And the thing that makes it extremely difficult for us to grasp this truth is because we want to continue to sin. We want to continue to smoke weed and fail drug tests and beg your little brother for a bottle of urine because you want to pass a drug test. How can you possibly feel like a man when you gotta beg your little brother, your little cousin for a bottle of urine just so you can pass a drug test? How could you possibly feel like a man? How could you possibly feel like a woman when you sit here allowing men to come in and out your life while you got a little daughter right there looking up to you? What type of example are we setting? Following all these lies, believing in all these lies. Not having nothing to stand for. What we gonna do? Go out here and celebrate Juneteenth as if we're really free? We are not free in America because you getting ready to go back to work in 2 days. You gotta report back to work 8 o'clock nice and early, 8 p.m. sharp, 8 a.m. sharp, and you work all day. We not free, but we gotta go out here and celebrate Juneteenth as if we are. We don't have nothing to stand for. We don't know who we are. We don't know what freedom is being blacks and Hispanics in America. This Bible will give you freedom. This Bible will give you freedom from that trap that you stuck in, that your dad stuck in, that your granddad was stuck in. Y'all all stuck in the same trap. Y'all all just selling drugs generation after generation after generation. You understand? Y'all all just sitting here. We all out here sitting here dying. Every generation doing the same thing that our parents did, the same thing that our grandparents did. You understand? What are we fighting towards? We fighting just to die to go to heaven? You understand? We fighting to die to go to heaven. Heaven is not some place up in the sky. According to this Bible, heaven is a place on earth, just like hell is a place on earth. That's why when one of your loved members die, when one of your loved ones die, what do you say? You say they're in a better place, meaning what? They're in heaven, which is better than what? Being down here on this earth in hell. Hell is a place on this earth. That's what we experience as blacks and Hispanics.